Hello Year 1 and welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to retell and plan a story. Can you guess what story that is? I think there's a big clue on the screen. Before we go any further, pause this video now and go and listen to or read Sydney Spider, A Tale of Friendship. Here, Year 1, is our story plan. Now, you can draw your story plan on your page in front of you. Make it look like this and make it big enough to fit all of the story in, because there's lots of little bits to put on. So the whole page is best. Pause the video, draw your story plan, and then come back. Okay, Year 1, here we are. Here is our story map. So we're now going to put all of the story onto our map from Sydney Spider, A Tale of Friendship. So let's think, how does our story begin? It begins with, once upon a time, there was a large spotted spider called Sydney, who lived in the top corner of Mrs. Brown's shed. So a large spotted spider called Sydney. Now you can draw along with me on your plan. Draw your large spotted spider called Sydney. I'm going to do some eyes at the top and some spots. Now he lived in the top corner of Mrs. Brown's shed. So let's draw Mrs. Brown's shed up here. And I think I'm going to write Sydney next to Sydney. Capital letter for Sydney. Sydney. Okay. What's next? He was a very special spider because he spun beautiful golden webs. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to get my yellow for my golden web. So I'm now going to draw a beautiful golden spider's web. Now I'm not really drawn spider's webs before, so let's make it look more like a spider's web and less like a sun. There we go. Can you draw your spider's web? Now, after a beautiful golden spider web, it says Sydney was lonely. So I'm now going to draw Sydney. Oh! Not in yellow. Let's change to the black again. So I'm going to draw Sydney. This time, oh dear, he is sad. I have 8 legs. Oh, lonely. I think I'm going to write lonely next to Sydney. Split digraph O and then E. Lonely. Oh, poor Sydney. When he arrived last year, all the other spiders said, "Go away, Sydney! We don't want you here! You'll steal our prey with your golden webs!" Oh, let's draw those other spiders being mean to Sydney. I'm going to draw a few spiders over here. There's one. There's another one. And there's a third. Okay, let's put their legs on. 8 legs. Okay. Now next to those mean spiders, I'm going to just write go go away. They were telling him to go away. Oh, I might put an exclamation mark because they were shouting it at Sydney and they were being mean. Go away. Okay, let's read on what is next. So Sydney hid away in his dark corner feeling sad. One bright sunny morning, let's do a nice sun. And now this sun, let's try and make it not look like our golden web. So I'm going to do a circle. The sunbeams. Remember, you can join in at the same time, you want. If I go a bit too far ahead of you, just pause the video until you have caught up. Now, I can't colour my sun in very easily. Let's give this a go. I'll do a big thick pen. Oh, that worked. Super. Okay. One bright sunny morning, Mrs. Brown decided to spring clean her shed. So she opened up the door and banged her broom, feather duster and dustpan down on the floor. Ooh, I think we might need to draw those items. The broom, the feather duster and the dustpan. So, first of all, the broom. Now, I do apologise if this doesn't look exactly like a broom, but remember, our story plan is for ourselves to be able to retell the story. So as long as I know this is a broom and it looks a bit like a broom for retelling, that's okay. The bristles at the bottom. Wow, what a broom that is. Feather duster. Now, a feather duster is on a stick and it has big feathers out the top for getting rid of all the dust. And finally, a dustpan. So I'm going to do the handle for a dustpan. And then a dustpan scoops up all the dust. So you brush the dust into the dustpan. That's not the best dustpan, but a dustpan nonetheless. Okay, let's read on. Remember, year one, if I'm going too fast or too far ahead, just pause the video and catch up with your story plan. Sydney and all the other spiders in the shed shivered with fear. Okay, I'm going to just draw Sydney here. You can draw the other spiders if you want. Shivering with fear. 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. And another 4 this side. I might do some marks and lines here just to show that he's shivering. Ooh. I'm going to write that. Shivered. Sh. I. V. And then it's our tricky ED. Shivered. With, let's have a go at with, with, and our digraph in fear, ear, fear, shivered with fear. Oh my goodness, shivered with fear. Soon, Mrs. Brown started to sing Incy Wincy Spider at the top of her voice. Wow. Let's put some song notes here to show that someone is singing. I wonder if Mrs. Brown had a beautiful singing voice or a singing voice a bit like, let's say, Miss Dorner. A little bit of practice maybe she needs. Okay. Incy Wincy Spider. Let's write that next to the song note to know that's the song she was singing. Now, Incy has a capital letter. And so does Wincy. Why do you think Incy Wincy has capital letters? Because it's the name of the spider. Incy Wincy Spider. Remember, pause if I'm too far ahead. I'm going to keep on reading so you can keep up, or pause when you need to. Then Mrs. Brown picked up her broom and started to sweep. Swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. Right, let's draw that broom swishing and swashing. There we go. There's the handle of the broom. And let's do... Oh, that looks a bit like a leg. Or actually looks like a paint roller. Have you ever seen one of them? Not to worry, I know it's a broom. That's okay. Okay, it's going swish, swash with the paint roller broom. Let's see what happens next. Sydney looked down from his deep dark corner and saw Mrs. Brown's broom coming closer and closer. Ah! Swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash! Help! Cried Sydney. Please help me! Luckily, Susie, a tiny house spider, heard him. I'm in the old flower pot behind the spade, squeaked Sydney. Throw out your line and come and hide with me. Let's draw that flower pot, shall we? So, I'm going to draw it just here. Flower pot. You might have a flower pot in your house that you could copy this. Fortunately, I'm in school and I can't see a flower pot in Miss Dorner's class. Oh, yes I can. Oh, it looks just like my drawing. How lucky. So the flower pot, and I'm going to draw this, a little arrow to say whoop. In Sydney went the flower pot. You can colour your flower pot if you so wish. Let's read on. Thank you, Susie, said Sydney, smiling. A few moments later, Sydney and Susie heard swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. Oh no, Mrs. Brown's broom was heading for the flower pot. Help! Cried Sydney and Susie. Please help us! Luckily, Stanley, an ancient spider, whoa, he sounds very, very cool, heard them. I'm in the red welly boot under the bench, mumbled Stanley. Throw out your line and come and hide with me. Right, let's draw that welly boot. And it was red, so we're going to have to... Well, I might draw in red straight away. Here we go. Now, my first attempt at drawing a Wellington boot was a bit of a fail. So now all I'm hoping is that that is actually red. Who knows? You can colour your red welly in there. I'm not going to colour mine in because colouring with these pens is very, very tricky. Together, they landed with a gentle thump in the old red welly boot. Thank you, Stanley, said Sydney and Susie, smiling. A few minutes later, Sydney, Susie and Stanley, they heard it again. Swish, swash, swish, swash, swish, swash. Oh no, Mrs. Brown's broom was heading for the red welly boot. Mrs. Brown bent over to pick up the boot, but luckily her phone rang at that very moment. Ooh, let's draw the phone. Sorry if I've said let's draw twice. There was a problem with the video there. So we're going to draw the phone ringing. Now, I'm very trendy, so I'm going to draw an iPhone. Check me out. I think Mrs. Brown might have an iPhone herself. So ring, 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 ring. It was ringing. I'm going to draw some lines to say this phone is ringing. Okay, and she says, I will come immediately. Hooray, said Sydney, Susie and Stanley. Come on, everyone, let's have a party, they said. So all the other spiders crawled out of the holes. First, they all shook one of Sydney's legs to come to welcome him. Next, they danced the special spider dance in the middle of the shed. After that, Sydney knew he would never be lonely again. Oh, that sounds incredible. I'm going to draw a few of the spiders all together. Happy as can be. So, remember our legs. 8 legs. I all shook each of Sydney's legs as well. So, lots of legs to shake. Lots of spiders shaking each one. There we go. And on to the last one. Not sure all the spiders' legs are even. These ones aren't. Right, now it's the important bit. They're all friends, so they're all very, very happy. Now their party. There we go. And over to the last spider, Sydney. Wow, fabulous. Right, year one. Let's see your story plans. Can you send me a dojo photo of your wonderful story plan?